Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, esteemed guests, dignitaries, honorees, ladies and gentlemen, colleagues as well. I welcome all of you on behalf of the interview times. We are at the cusp of history wherein our country's growth has created ripples all across the world. In fact, our state, which happens to be the best kept secret, is no more a secret because of this as well. We have made huge giant strides, and being the part of interview times, we feel lucky and fortunate that we are able to chronicle this historic moment as well. I'd like to say that this is only possible because of fabulous entrepreneurs like you, because you have made remarkable contributions. So it is time we must realize, apart from having proper spiritual renaissance, we must also focus on entrepreneurial renaissance. And our beloved state, Odisha, is on the right track for sure. And this is only possible because being entrepreneurs, we must have clarity of vision. As somebody like Ralph Waldo Emerson long back said, a visionary is let loose upon the society. It's like a fire breaking out. You never know where it's going actually. It's going to engulf the entire city, and it will stir up things and it will change and transform things for the better for sure. That's the power of vision. So the power of vision is directly proportional to how successful and impactful an organization becomes. And I'm glad to say that Odisha is on the right track on this regard as well. To have a powerful vision, one needs to know the why of the organization. The why has to be strongly coming from within. The intent of the founder must be palpable. Then only the why comes out clearly. If the why is clear, then the how becomes easier, and it's easy to identify what. For example, let's say somebody like Bill Gates may have been the visionary who might have imagined that every desk around the world must have the PC. And it was his vision that fructified later on. But it was Paul Allen in that same organization that made it possible. So he was the how man. Although Bill Gates was the why man, he was the how man. Similarly, we can take another example like Steve Jobs is the rebel's evangelist. And it was Steve Wozniak who was the engineer who made Apple work as an organization. So there's a rare special relationship between why and how. If your why is clear, how comes up properly and what you do. So when I mean why, I don't mean it's about money. I mean, there are many organizations that could say that, we are working for making money, but money is the byproduct. Deep down, you should realize, deep down, you should introspect, why are you doing, what are you doing? And this particular relationship actually can differentiate between a vision statement and a mission statement. A vision statement of an organization is something which is a public statement that reflects the founder's intent in future. It may not have come right now, but that's where the organization is leading. On the other hand, the mission statement is the route, how you are going to achieve the future that you have envisaged. That's the power of why and how. And we've seen that it is easy to identify what the organization do. I mean, more or less every organization can say, if you ask them, what are you doing? They can say. It's easy to identify what they do basically. And it's a bit more difficult to identify how they do it. When I mean how they do it, you may call it as differentiating value proposition or unique selling proposition. Because of how, you may say that how your organization is different and better than the rival brands. Similarly, I have rarely seen any organization articulating the why properly, because the why, to understand why, you need to understand your inner purpose. You need to understand your cause, your deeper belief, why exactly you want to transform what you want to do. That is important. As far as our own organization, the interview time is concerned, Right from the beginning, way back in 2011-12, we had the clarity of purpose. We knew what we wanted to do. We knew that our vision was to chronicle the Odisha growth story, uniting the Odia diaspora all across the world and bringing them on the same platform. And we need to tell the Odisha growth story. See, there was a time, I mean, Odias used to go and explore Java, Borneo, Sumatra, and Bali Jatra is symbolic to it. Do we have the detailed chronicle? No, we don't. We have some bits and pieces story here and there, but we don't have the detailed story. But at this juncture, it is critical and important that Odisha is trying to make a giant leap. In fact, on the verge of having an orbital shift, I'd rather say. And we want to witness as a chronicler. And I'd like to commend the effort that put by the group editor, Mr. Divyajit Sahu. He's been doing a tremendous job for last 13 years. I mean, because he had the clarity of purpose, the why was clear, the how was also clear. The how was to spread positivity, to bring out positive journalism, not getting into unnecessary controversy, although of course reportage is important. We had that clarity. I'd like to say, because of you, August gathering, I mean, beautiful people, leaders and entrepreneurs, Odisha is where it is, and I know, I'm damn sure that Odisha is also going to make a transformational change in the days to come as well. So at last I'd like to say, you know, a factory worker lives from day to day. A supervisor lives from week to week. The lower management lives from month to month. The middle management lives for year to year. The upper management maybe lives for a decade to decade. And the CEO may be living for a generation. The visionary lives for centuries. And the sage lives for millennium. And the soul lives for eternity. So on the level of our soul, everything is complete. Nobody is incomplete. But on the level of our senses, we are incomplete. And to bring out transformation only, we have been designed the way we have been designed. So we need to, it is time, all of us need to introspect, and we need to find our inner purpose on a personal level, on an organization level as well. Saying this, I'd like to conclude my speech. Thank you so much. You have been an amazing audience.